we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon. Side by side and through. No limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right.
Good morning. We are back to school schedule. I'm here for it, but I'm not a morning person. I never will be a morning person, or I don't think I'll ever be a morning person. Maybe when I get older, I'll decide to be one, but so far, it's not worked out for me. Oh gosh. But today is just a typical day in the life. So we'll head home and see what we can get ourselves into. I took a shower, got myself somewhat together for the day, got my water. So I do have a few errands that I need to run today, but I'm gonna try to get my house stuff done first. Daily chores. I also need to clean the windows. I should start making Max do that. I need to clean the windows, just these front ones. Daily chores. Do a quick wipe down of the bathroom up here. I have 2 crock pots full of tomatoes that have been cooking all night long. I need to blend them up and let that thicken up. I'm just gonna can some tomato sauce. This is the rest of my tomatoes that I bought. I do not want to see another tomato in a long time, and I still have a bunch. I've got some coming in from the garden, which we need to go out there and pick some. There's a couple that I need to go ahead and get off so they can finish ripening inside. But I am so tired of tomatoes. Yeah, it's just a lot. So yesterday I went ahead and just cut them all up, put them in the crock pot. That way I didn't have to deal with it and let them cook down through the night. And then I just need to immersion blend those. I'm gonna run them through the food meal, probably put them back in the crock pot and just let that thicken up and just make some tomato sauce. And then that way I have that on my shelf and I can, turn that into pizza sauce or ketchup, or, I can turn that into something whenever I'm ready for it, when I decide what I need. I don't have any more of my pizza sauce mixes. So I thought this would be a good way just to get these tomatoes put up because I don't have any room in my freezer. So yeah, we'll have to try to get that done today, or at least get that cooked down a little bit more. And then, like I said, I do have a couple errands that I need to run. But y'all know the drill. Just come hang out with me, see part of our everyday life.
people knew her by her will, to make it whatever she put her mind to. Late night hours up the hill, serving coffee to strangers, talking about revenue. She kept dreaming of a world big enough for everyone, but she knew it must rain before it grows. She kept dreaming of the day butterflies survived the wheel, even though she got knocked down and never showed. Dear Lily, where'd you go? Where's your heart at? Why'd you fall back? Lately your afterglow is shining brighter, waking up an uneasy egg. I remember her in songs, decades old, but it doesn't matter. Stumble across old memories, try to recall before they all shatter. She kept dreaming of a world big enough for everyone, but she knew it must rain before it grows. She kept dreaming of the day butterflies survived the wheel, even though she got knocked down and never showed. Dear Lily, where'd you go? Where's your heart at? Why'd you fall back? Lately your afterglow is shining brighter, waking up an uneasy egg. Lily, where did you go? Where's your heart at? Why did you fall back? Lately your afterglow is shining brighter. He moved like a magnet, wearing holes in the carpet, counting steps to the back porch. Same song
it's nothing new, but it's so good to see you. We do this every day, and I'm still so amazed by you. So hold me tight through the night. It's just us two, me and you. Oh, oh, I can't believe you love me. Oh, oh, I just feel so lucky. Oh, oh, still can't believe you love me. I hope it never ends, this being more than friends, yeah. You know I'm here to stay every single day, yeah. So hold me tight through the night. It's just us two, me and you. Oh, oh, I can't believe you love me. Oh, oh, I just feel so lucky. Oh, oh, still can't believe you love me. Falling into your arms, dancing up in the stars. Where I'd rather be than with you. Oh, oh, I can't believe you love me. Oh, oh, I just feel so lucky. Oh, oh, still can't believe you love me. Oh, I can't believe you love me.
I got the dishes done. Now I'm just washing these jars that I just processed a couple days ago. That way I can get these put on my shelf. This is one of my favorite parts, is washing them and labeling them and getting them put on the shelf. I mean, I love the whole process, but I don't know, there's just something about it. Like, you know, you're checking, making sure everything's good, cleaning and getting it ready for future meals.
How come the stars come to shine when it's dark from so far away and show us where we are? What makes the sun go to sleep every night, and what's it dreaming of? I wonder. How come the sky sometimes hides behind the clouds. Maybe it's just like me, a little bit scared of heights. Why does the rain always keep on pouring down when it's gray outside? It really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. It really makes me wonder. Ooh, I wonder. How come the trees gets undressed when it's cold? And don't they miss the leaves they left behind? Could it be to make the ground shine like gold until winter comes? Until winter comes, until winter comes. It really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. It really makes me wonder. Ooh, I wonder.
So I'm gonna go ahead and blend up both crock pots of my tomatoes and just see the consistency of them. I do still want to run them through the food mill before I put them in the jars because I do want to take out any seeds, peels, or any of that stuff. I want a nice smooth tomato sauce. But I'm gonna go ahead and blend them and then just keep letting them cook down on low and just to start let it thickening up, and then we'll run it through the food mill later.
Yeah, it makes me wonder. Ooh, I wonder. Ooh, I just wonder. It really makes me wonder. Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder.
I'm gonna walk around here and get these tomatoes, and then I'm gonna clean my car out. Got a busy weekend this weekend, and I need my car to haul things. So I need to clean it out. So we've got several that are ready. That one, that one. So if you didn't know, you can, once your tomatoes start blushing, they're not going to get any bigger, and you can go ahead and take them off, and then they will finish ripening up inside, either like in the windowsill or on the counter. But for like these big ones like this that you can sit on the bottom, you can flip them upside down and it will help them ripen. So I've been coming out here and picking any that have, I'm gonna leave that one because it's just now starting, but I'm gonna let it finish a little bit and then I'll get that one off early. But like this one over here is good. So these will finish inside, and that helps with bugs, you know, not getting them. And they will fully ripen. There's no difference in the taste. So we'll take our little tomato harvest inside to the windowsill. I guess I haven't shown y'all the garden in a while though. So we've got a pepper here, and aren't they so cute? And a pepper there. And then there's one here. And that's it so far, I think. That's all I've seen. My green beans did not do good. So far I've only got 5 green beans total. There's a couple more, but did not do very well. And we'll see how many peppers I end up getting, you know, out of these. The tomatoes have been the best have been the best out of the whole garden, because my squash and zucchini still never did anything after I moved them in the ground. Never did nothing. I pollinated them, hand pollinated them twice. They never did nothing. So I wouldn't call my first garden a complete fail, but for the money that I invested in it, it didn't work out as well as I hoped. But you know, you never know. You never know how things are going to go. And it was a fun learning experience, and I am going to do one next year, and I'm going to be changing a lot of things for next year. So we'll see how next year goes. Just with what I've learned through this summer of my garden, things that I want to change and do different for next year. So hopefully we can be even bigger next year. We will see. But so far, the tomatoes have done the best, and I do have a couple peppers. But yeah, hopefully next year will be better. And even though things don't always work out, just like, this, yes, it was a lot of money invested for my first time around with it being my first garden. Like I said, it wasn't a complete fail. I did get some things out of it. It wasn't like, a bunch, but something's better than nothing, and it's just a learning experience. So I've learned a lot of things throughout this summer, and I will just use that for next year, and hopefully we'll be able to grow even bigger and better things.
Every change has a reason. Baby, let it come to you. Every soul, every season lives outside of status quo. If we stop believing we're meant to be, expanding our abilities. If the passion's gone, we are doing it wrong. Baby, you and I should start living now. With the whole world at our feet, we could stay or we could leave. There is nothing in between. So baby, we should start living now. 'Cause we only have this life. Wanna laugh and wanna cry. I don't wanna waste my time. So baby, we should start living now. Baby, we should start living now. We are close, can you feel it? Something is behind the clouds. We just have to believe it, that we can make the sun come out. Let us lose ourselves in a fairy tale. Who can say what's wrong or right? We're the only ones who can decide. Baby, you and I should start living now. With the whole world at our feet, we could stay or we could leave. There is nothing in between. So baby, we should start living now. 'Cause we only have this life. Wanna laugh and wanna cry. I don't wanna waste my time. So baby, we should start living now. Baby, we should start living now. Baby, we should start living now. I don't wanna waste my time.
Gotta take that stuff to Goodwill. These tomato peels are done. So I'm gonna put these in a jar, and then I'm just gonna put some more in here and get this back on. I also did some tomato paste. I had opened a can for something and that was left over. So I just put it on there as well. I had somebody ask in a recent video why I dehydrate my food outside, and I only do this through the summer months just because it helps keep the AC, not going all day long, especially when it's really, really hot days, because this thing's on for 10 plus, hours. It just depends on what you're dehydrating. And so this is on for such a long period of time. I like to do this outside. That way it doesn't heat the house up. And there's a couple things that are actually better to dehydrate outside because it can fume your house, like onions and mushrooms. Onions I did out here, and you could literally smell it inside the house. So I couldn't imagine if I had done those inside. Now the mushrooms I did do inside, and it was so overpowering, and for now on I will just do them outside. So those are the two things I definitely do. Like, no matter what time of the year, I will do them outside for sure. But in the summer months, I just like to keep it outside, so that way I'm not heating the house up so much while I'm trying to dehydrate food. I've got about 30 minutes until I need to leave and run my first errand. So I'm gonna go ahead, since I have the time, and just go ahead and try to get as much of this through the food meal as I can. And then I'm gonna get it back in the crock pot, keep it on warm. I think I'm gonna add some seasonings, because when I did this last night, I just did the tomatoes. I just wanted to cut them up and get them started. I'm telling y'all, I'm so over tomatoes, it's not even funny. But I think I'm gonna add some seasonings just to give it a little bit of flavor. And then, I can still, depending on what I need it for, I can change the flavor profile later as well. So that's what I did with the diced tomatoes that I did. I just kept it plain. I didn't add any seasoning to the diced tomatoes because I can always add something later depending on, what I'm cooking. I got the tomato stuff done. I just put them back in the crock pot, and I just added salt, garlic powder, and some onion powder to taste. I just tasted it until I thought it tasted good. It does need to thicken up a little bit more, so I'm just going to keep them in the crock pot on low for several more hours, just till it gets that consistency that I'm looking for tomato sauce. But it tastes good, so that is exciting. But I'm gonna have to start running my errands, so y'all won't see me canning that. Sorry, the neighbor's dog is barking. So we just have a lot going on right now. Y'all will find out soon enough what's going on. But hopefully after this weekend, things will be a little bit more chill, and I can actually have some more time to vlog and, like, you know, get back to normal in a sense with him being in school, you know, and everything. So y'all just hang in there with me, and hopefully we can get back to normal soon. So, and I promise I'll tell y'all what's going on. You just gotta wait a little bit longer. I did put the tomato pulp seeds and all that in the dehydrator. I'll show a video clip of that in a second. But after I walk him, I'm going to have to run my errands. Really hope y'all enjoyed today's video. And I will see... Where are you going? You see a squirrel? Okay. But I will see y'all in the next one. Bye, guys. Come on. Come on. Come on.